Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live Show Sunday. 10 games, well 9 now because we missed the Celtics and the Bucks, but we got 9 more to go, and all of them start 7 p.m. Eastern or later. I believe we're like 6 or something like that. So we're in a good spot to hopefully have a bit more on the injury report, get a few more things going. I'm going to get people's comments going up on the screen so we can also get what you guys want to talk about on screen. Get those bets in the comments. We'll go ahead and get to what you guys want to look at. I've only got 2 bets down on the card. We got live show producer Maddie here as well. Going to bring him on and say, what's good, Matt? How you feeling today?
I'm doing well, mainly because I didn't bet on this early game. I feel like I would not be doing well if I did. I don't even
Well
know what the
said.
score is, but that game had very bad vibes, I think.
You are completely correct. I stayed away. The only thing I liked in that game was Kyle Kuzma over assists. It's probably time to pack it in. Just go ahead and hold on to your money. Find something else. I don't want to just be like, man, I'm looking at the box score here for Celtics Bucks, and I'm just looking at the Kyle Kuzma assist column. I don't want to be in that place. So I stayed away, even though a lot of the stuff was telling us he's got so many potential assists going. You should be looking at Kyle Kuzma, and I stayed away. So I'm proud of myself for that. If you guys see Swish in the comments, go ahead and hit him up here. He is not happy with Bobby today, which is fine. Whenever Bobby's going to go under, we're going to miss. But whenever he goes over, we're going to hit because that's how often we're betting on Bobby Portis. But if you do see Swish in there, go ahead and tag him and at Swish Info. He is the man behind the dashboard that we're going to be using here with the projections, a lot of the matchup data. He's behind the scenes. I'm still not ready to show you guys what he has in store for us, but I'm pretty pumped to show it to you. Maddie's seen it before at this point.
Confirm it's great.
Good. Looks pretty fire, does it not?
Yes.
It's almost like he knows what he's doing. All right, let's get this correct here. Let me get this better suited for us, and we'll get into some stuff. First game we're going to be looking at here as I get this into the correct spots. Stand by real quick. Let me do this. What am I doing wrong?
While we're doing that, if y'all want to join the Discord, here's the link. I'll post it a couple times.
Thank you,
there's a free version, and then there's obviously the VIP version.
Yep. All right, cool. This should be, let me get this better. Let's do this. That's the problem. Here we go. Share this correctly. All right. What's the first game we should be looking at here?
I have nothing in Nets Pistons unless you do. I'm down to skip that one.
Yeah, that's fine by me. We can skip it for sure.
That game is hideous.
Yeah. The only thing I would be looking at there we go. My bad. The only thing I'd be looking at there is the stuff for Jalen Duren. Can we just take a quick look at him? Because I actually have Detroit up real quick. Yeah, let's just take a quick look at that. This is the SwishLand dashboard. So this is up on landyourbets.com, as you can see with that huge banner that says it. So if you're interested in checking any of this stuff out, you can get a free trial. You can check out the free demo that we have up on the site as well. Really easy to get to. So check all that stuff out if you want a link. It's in the description of the video there too. But that's the first one I have. If anybody has anything for this game, we can talk about it. The fear for the Jalen Duren boards, as we look at his stuff here, we have him at 11. Is his price still 10.5, like minus 125-ish or something like that, I imagine?
10.5 plus 104.
Oh, it's gone down.
Yeah.
Has there been any news that would indicate Jalen Duren not as many rebounds or something to that effect?
I mean, nothing in terms of like official news. The reason I didn't bet it is I don't like this game. Well said. With Michael Porter not being there, I don't know how the Brooklyn score 50 points before halftime.
Right. Yeah. This game was already a blowout risk, right? And now it's like a crazy high blowout risk. I wonder if Jalen Duren is someone. If you go to the team stuff here on the dashboard, you go to matchup, you can see the blowout fades. So Jalen Duren's not someone who's necessarily lost a ton of minutes, but that's also because he's just playing 28. Like he's just pencil him in for 28. These are the guys, obviously Cade, a bit of Tobias, and some Duncan Robinson that kind of lose minutes when they blow the other team out. This is at least a 13.5 point spread at this point, probably a bit more. With the MPJ, still 13.5 with the MPJ. Maybe MPJ was expected to be out. When it says personal and it's February 1st, do we not think MPJ is getting traded and that's why he's personally sitting out for this game? Yeah, that makes sense to me too.
The plane to California right now.
Where in California is he going to land?
I would think he's going to Golden State personally.
His plane's landing in SFO. Got it. Okay. Well, we have a flight tracker that maybe Swish can tap into. We'll see where MPJ lands later if we get his flight information. Yeah, that's the key to me too. It's just like, this is gross. This has been bet down. He was at 10.5, and he's a guy where when we look at the projections for him, he's going to consistently be at 11 rebounds projected against like an average team. And this is not an average team, although it is a good defensive rebounding team. It does not allow offensive boards to the other team. That's another reason where it's like, okay, this isn't a game where Jalen Duren is just dominating both sides of the boards necessarily. He's going to have to rely on 9-ish defensive rebounds to get 11. I mean, that's what he had last game against this team, was 9 defensive, 2 offensive. Pretty good. It's a slow team. They're terrible on offense. They're going to miss a lot of shots today, but Jalen Duren's probably not going to be in long enough to get there. So if there's nothing in the comments that people have about this game specifically, down to keep it rolling here. Anything that stuck out to you?
I haven't seen anything. There's a couple of comments that kind of agree on what we're saying. I will say Swish said worth putting Ace on the list. Not sure what he's meaning by Ace.
He's probably talking to somebody else too. If you're talking about Ace Bailey, probably.
Well, he tagged me. That's what I was thinking, but I'm like, they're playing the Nets, not Utah.
Yeah. He's just saying a random look to gander at. Yes, that's cool. Swish is participating in the chat, giving us looks, which we appreciate. Let's look at that then. Let's keep moving to a different one. If there's no one really worth looking at in this one, we'll get it going. This is PropsMadness too, by the way. Love to use this to get the updated lines, a couple other filters that we'll be able to use on this. So if you do want to check out PropsMadness, Pips and the boys doing a great job. It's 25% off if you use code LYB when you want to check out this one specifically. So let's keep rolling to which game did I just say? I mean, Heat Bulls, do we have enough on the injury report at this point? Is Norm's officially out? Okay, we're trending towards enough information. Davion's in, I believe. Kobe White's now doubtful, and so is Vooch. So we can kind of get to some projections here for Chicago-Miami. Chicago won that game yesterday. Miami reeling a bit, but this is probably accurate for who's going to be in, right? So Tyler, Norm out. We got to wait. If we can put Davion in too, Swish, I think he was upgraded to probable pretty recently. Does that sound right to you, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so we'll come back to the projections on that, but does anything stand out to you at first between either of these two teams?
For Chicago and the Bulls?
Yeah.
I was looking at going to Bam. I wasn't sure what to do because they're on like this perpetual back-to-back that's just never ending. It might be finally catching up to the teams. With Davion likely back in, and I thought Norman was trending toward playing, but I'm glad you said he was out. I just think 19.5 is a key. 20 points is a key number for Bam in the last like 10. I don't know that I'm betting it, but if I had to bet something in this game, that's probably where I'd go.
Okay.
Chicago, I think I was interesting.
Real quick, I just want to see what you were doing. But actually, you know what? Is this vamping? While I'm looking at Bam and you're going, are we vamping right now?
Yeah, if you want to do that, it's up to you.
No, keep rolling because the more picks, the better. I'm just gonna look at the Bam to see if we should even come back to talk about him. But you
sure, yeah. I think Io's interesting. He's a premium price, but he's also a premium price because Giddey is not there, and then Kobe and Vooch are back in the lineup, but he's still hitting that 16.5 line at 71% over his last 7. He's averaging 18 in that time frame. Yeah. Auto has him projected at 19.5.
Sheesh.
And then if you zoom in just even more, in games with Kobe, Vooch, and Matas without Giddey, he's averaging 27 plus minutes, pushing closer to 29 in back-to-back spots.
Interesting.
Auto has him penciled in at around 27 minutes and realistic floor of, I would say, mid-20s to a ceiling of 30. So for guys,
who are the in and out guys? I just want to pull them up on the filters here.
Kobe's in.
Yeah.
Giddey's out, Vooch is in, and then Matas is in.
So you were saying without Giddey, with Kobe, were some of the filters that you were looking at to see the games played, right? 27-ish minutes. Those were the numbers that you're looking at right here, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems low.
I will say regression is due. Like, this man is doomed to like wreck the train and get off at some point in time.
Interesting.
But I'm staying on the train until it ends. And I think 16.5 is too low.
Yeah. 16.5 against a fast-paced Miami. We have 18 as fair in general. Damn. And we're playing without a bunch of guys. I think this is another look. Io was great on the dimes the other day. So he's at a fair market of 5. When we're looking at these numbers right here, these recent stuff is actually not too inaccurate in terms of, I know he's been playing well, but he's been playing a lot too. A bit of an increase in minutes here at 31-29. That's the last 2. I mean, with all the guys missing once again, 18 points alone. Yeah, I don't know why I wouldn't be taking this. Why shouldn't I bet on this?
I will say Swish is talking about Herder being a sneaky look, and I do think it hasn't caught the inflation of everyone else.
He's questionable right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
He's questionable. Io's in, and he's playing with Kobe and without Giddey. That's what we've established.
Yep.
Even though Kobe was listed as doubtful. Did that recently come up on Twitter? Am I just not totally caught up? Is that what's happening? The underdog.
Is Kobe doubtful? I thought I saw that
he was on. So Herder still game time decision. No, I haven't seen anything. Wait,
Kobe's in.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Kobe's
in. He's not on the IR at all.
All right, cool. All right, so Kobe's listed in. That's the only one that's why then that eats into the IO stuff, obviously. But I think you still, like you said, he's still getting up there in the projections for a good reason. So I think that makes sense. I think I'm gonna at least write down IO for myself for a minute. He like 18.5 is what he was at recently too, and that scares me. But now I'm way less scared of 16.5.
Yeah, I ran through this multiple different ways because I'm like, this number is high, but it also like he's been on fire, and I couldn't really I couldn't pinpoint why I shouldn't take it. Like the numbers are there.
Has he just been shooting too hot to feel like you can really get there with it? Like 16 shots, 10, 14. He is shooting 50% at least in the field here recently with these guys out. Yeah, he's been wicked hot, but that's fine. I'll stick with it. I'm at least writing that down for right now for myself for IO. So I like that look there. This is a tough game when you get to the projections and you've got, teams that have been playing against each other for the last week or whatever. And then you have to, the lines are probably a bit sharpened by the fact that so many people have been betting the same things repeatedly, looking at the same data repeatedly for 3 games. So we can come back if we're stalling somewhere else, but I think Jazz Toronto's worth a peek. So if you do have something for Jazz Toronto, I'm going to try to get back in the comments for a bit too, so we can see what you guys are looking at. I think there's some angles to play in this one that we should be getting at. So do you want to start with anything in this specifically?
For Jazz and Toronto, Sandro. Pull up Sandro for me. Have you seen this?
I saw you guys talking about it, but I did not see it. So what are you looking at with Sandro?
I'm not sure why he is at 10.5 points. I mean, obviously, with CMB back into the lineup and then RJ back into the lineup, you can make the argument, but I still think this number should be closer to 12.5.
Yeah.
The model is projecting at 12.76 in 24 minutes. I haven't found any indication that he loses minutes in a blowout. I think 10.5 is a hit. Just because the numbers wrong. Seems to be wrong.
You get a bit of a bump from so like this would be where it's like 10.5 is a number that, like, when we look at fair market, what we're saying is, like, on the season when he plays the most average team possible, that he would be at about 10.5 points in about 25 minutes, right? Which is what he's at on the season, 25 minutes. That's about a fair market number. I would say you give him an extra point bump. So, I mean, I can get to 11.5. The 12.5, like, I know you and Swish like this a lot. The model's with it. I have no problems with it. So, I mean, I'm with a hit on Sandro always if it's a good spot. 10.5 is a low enough number for me. So, a couple other things that people are looking at here in this one. Looks like Robert Figueroa was talking about quickly on the assist. I don't usually have stuff for that, but any thoughts on any of the Toronto guys before I keep going through some Utah guys? Maybe
I feel like you're flipping a 3-headed coin and you're trying to guess. Yeah, I can't. I can never project this. If I had to bet one of the 3 guys, I'd probably go Brandon Ingram points. And it's high. It's ridiculously high.
Yeah.
But I think Utah is not a formidable opponent for Brandon Ingram. But oh no.
What?
Sabonis downgraded to questionable. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Back to the point though. I can't confidently bet on Scotty, Brandon, or RJ unless there's a significant edge that the market hasn't found, like we found with RJ the other night.
All right. I'm so depressed. That's fine. I agree with you. Toronto, I don't really like betting on either. Yeah, we had RJ was 14.5 last game. So we did the right thing by hitting him at 14.5. He barely got us there, but he got us there in 30 minutes. Let's actually just go to this game then real quick. This Kings and Washington game, because you brought up the Domas stuff, and there's stuff in this game that we like anyway. So I think it's worth it to just.
Sarr just listed out too, by the way.
Alex Sarr is now out.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Or Osar or Alex Sarr?
Alex Sarr.
Okay, cool. I thought for a second maybe you said Osar. Damn. Okay, so this stuff's all gonna have to come back up. Let's at least talk about some stuff before things go down and come back. starting with the damn, where should we start? Kings or Wizards? This is throwing me off now. I had so much that I liked, and yeah, it's all going to go down and come back.
I'm not. I'm going to keep it $1.50, and this is not betting advice. So just listen if you want to for entertainment purposes. I'm still taking Sabonis. Yeah, 100%. I don't care if he plays or if he doesn't play. If he doesn't play, it's a void. If he does play, I think he could have 7 boards in the first quarter, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
11.5 is a dream hit against the Kings for Sabonis. So I want to hit it every time it's available. I don't care if he's coming off an injury or if he's downgraded to questionable. I'm going to take it. I personally took 20 points and 15 rebounds as a parlay too. But I'm going to put like 1.1 unit on that. But I still feel fine betting it, and just if it voids, it voids.
Dude, I mean, when you just have to, like, I would go look at, there's nothing to look at with Domantas, right? He wasn't playing, so there's no like, let's take a look at what Domantas's projections are. Let's take a what fared. There's no recent numbers to look at. He just wasn't playing. Now he's playing, and his minutes were at 28-33 versus New Orleans, and he played 31 versus Cleveland. So he's been back enough that like we can project him to play pretty normal minutes when he's actually playing. This questionable tag is just this season is over for the Kings. It's been over. The season's over for the Wizards. It's been over. And now they're both like, wait, this other team sucks. So we should definitely be cautious with our good players like Alex Sarr and Domantas Sabonis. Let's make sure Russ doesn't play. Malik Monk is still questionable. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play, but he's at 16.5. Man, I mean, everything's just looking better and better for the Zach LaVine hit that we had. I mean, I can still talk myself into 19.5 for sure without Domantas Sabonis. I hit 18.5 for him. If you're not going to get 18.5 anymore, that's I mean, I don't think you will, but if you do, great. Zach LaVine is the guy I would be betting on. So we'll wait to see a bit more of the other noties here, but Zach LaVine's the guy I bet on a couple times this morning. He was at 17.5 at open, and I bet it, and then I was going to send it to the chat, to the chat, and to VIP and to everybody on the site. And then he went up, and then Russ was literally ruled out, and he went immediately up to 18.5, and I hit it again and then put it out at 18.5. And now it's 19.5. We still have him at 20. That's considering Russ being out. It's not considered. I think Domas is technically out according to the model right now too, but either way, like the projection for him should be at 18.5 against an average team. This is a dream matchup for Zach LaVine. So I'd be fine with 20 plus. I think 25 plus is a thing. I hate betting on the Kings, so I'm not like in a rush to bet 25 plus for Zach LaVine because there's always DeMar DeRozan and usage over there that's just waiting to be stolen. But I think 20 plus, no matter what, if you can only get 19.5, I still think that's good against Washington. It's just not obviously a massive edge like 17, 18.5 is. But anywhere else you would want to go in this game, or even just get us prepared for? Considering
I had a note written down, and this is a note. This is not a bet I have personally made. I think something I'll personally be watching today is how much correlation there is between Westbrook sitting and Neek minutes. I'm starting to think he might be in for a game today. 9.5 points is, I wouldn't say a premium. It's probably closer to fair if anything. But I think there's I think there's a chance that he could have a game today.
You have my attention, sir. You have my full attention. Let me find out. He's 9.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what are the boards? Are they 4.5 right now?
Let me see.
3.5 on
3.5,
DK, 4.5 on MGM. Everything's going to come back out though, so he might also we might be stalled on getting more lines for him as Domas is ruled, questionable now. So that's going to make some things difficult to project. I like where your head's at, because what I'm looking at is his recent games. For the last 3, he's played without LaVine, without Westbrook and Monk, without Sabonis, Westbrook. So, I mean, I like 34 minutes, 27 minutes, 30 minutes. I know guys are missing, but now we're about to be without guys missing once again. The problem is he just doesn't shoot that damn much. Well, 13 shots right here, 8 and 7 and 12. So, I mean, he's all over the place. Are you just waiting to like watch him and not necessarily bet him in this game? He's on watch.
I might bet him if we get more news about Sabonis and it's not looking like Sabonis is in.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to hit Neek for 9.5 points.
Okay.
But before I knew that information, I was monitoring it, and I might hit something live.
Yeah. Yeah, there might be something to the blowouts too. He's getting 33, 30, 34 in the blowouts. I don't think you should expect him to get blown out by Washington, who's also trying to lose by sitting Alex Sarr. Man, this is such a great game of the like just Spider-Man meme, like I'll out tank you kind of thing. And now we're all just like in this secondary market system of like we're waiting to see who can out-tank who for who we should bet on. Yeah, we'll come back to this game when we have a little bit more. I think the other guy that we were talking about earlier is Keyshawn. Is he still at 10.5 RA?
That is a good question.
No, he's 11.5.
I will say, Swish just messaged me and said Keyshawn of interest on ball. Especially if you don't have Sabonis there and you don't have Sar, I think R8 11.5 is pretty fair. Like a really fair line because those rebounds, it's got to go to someone.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I'm not actually in the chat on YouTube, so you can't tag me. But if you tag Matt, he'll definitely try to get to me too. If you tag Swish, I mean, they're looking for your comments, so I'm looking for it too. But yeah, it's not gonna like give me a notification that you tag me because I'm have like 8 other screens up, so I can't be looking at YouTube.
So what he said previously was, unless there's an immediately go and hit this bid, I would suggest go down the line in terms of tip off time. That's that's what he was responding to.
Gotcha. Yeah, these are all 3 o'clock games. So this is the last one that we're talking about from 3 o'clock. We've kind of hit all the 3 o'clock ones just because we pretty much had IO in this one. I don't think we have any heat bets, but we can come back to it. I just wanted to get to this one because it's still 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock to y'all on the East Coast. And then the Jazz stuff I'm down to get back to this Jazz game for a sec. I just wanted to see if there was some stuff that was going to be impacted now with all that news. I guess I just want to bring this guy before we move on, which is, so now this is the only center. His name was Marvin.
That's the reason we call him Bags.
Now we got to call him Bags. That's right. Damn it.
Put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. But now he's going to be going up against Maxime Renault and Precious if there's no Domas. Yeah, we'll have to come back to this. Let's finish up on any stuff with the Jazz because I'm 10.5.
Swish has some looks he wants to take a look at.
Swish does, cool.
I mean, the first one was Ace. He wants to look at Ace.
Okay, cool. All right, so Ace here is at 13.5 everywhere. Yeah, 13.5, pretty much even money. So he could teeter over either way. Let's look at him on here. While that's loading, I'll bring up the Jazz on the team side too. So we'll look at what they're doing against this Raptors. I mean, the Raptors are good, man. So there's just they're like the 8th best defense in the league right now. We can take a look at the matchup analysis and how that's going to work. But we just got an update with some of the injuries and stuff that are coming through. So this is just going to finish loading in 1 sec.
Yeah, I personally stayed away from the Utah side of this. I think there is obviously someone's got to score points, and there's probably going to be a blowout. And so I think there are some things you can look into for sure, and wait, like narratives you can lean into. Yeah. But personally, I just couldn't find anything I felt extremely safe about. Yeah. But yeah, he had mentioned Ace because I assumed just his blowout opportunities, and then him being low, and then in addition to that, he mentioned Nurk assist and Collier assist. Yeah, interesting. I know. So he like let's establish something for this Jazz game, which is like, are they going to get waxed by Toronto? Because if they are, then like a lot of this isn't really reliable, is it? It's 10.5. I mean, Markkanen's in, so it's Markkanen, Nurk, Bailey, probably Bryce and Collier. Or are they still fake starting Svi? Either way, like those are guys that you can expect to get minutes in a normal game here. With that leaves really like Svi coming off the bench, and I guess we're going to see some Taylor Hendricks and some Flip. My bad, Flip will be out there in backup role too. So they'll have the full roster of guys except for Keontae George. And then Nurk looks like he's playing, right? We said, yeah, probable. So assists for Nurk are at 5.5 now. Crazy. And you can get some 4.5. I think if you get 4.5 for Nurk, you love it. So this is really good. Let's put a pin in Ace. I do like Ace, and we'll come back to him and finish with our at least get to Nurk assists for a second. So Nurk had 3 of his last 4 games are triple doubles. Put that out there. Miami, San Antonio, Minnesota. That's 2 of the 10 best defenses in the league. And then Miami is a good defense. They just play really fast. So 10 assists, 11 and 18. If you look at his recent assists, this number right here, when you're looking at the model, is telling you based on his recent potential assists, we can project him safely for 6.7. So you roughly say he's averaging about like 13-ish, 14 potential assists over the last like 3 to 4 games, whatever his recent numbers are. That's crazy for a center. And I mean, he's playing without Keontae now. So it's like Isaiah Collier and him that you look at as like facilitators essentially for this team. I still think the assists are good, even in a tough matchup. Did you like Nurk's dimes in this one? Honestly, no. I don't. I don't feel comfortable. If I had to bet on someone in this game, it's going to be someone like Ace Bailey or Collier, just because of the blowout risk.
Yeah.
I don't know that I trust Nurkic is going to be in this game for more than 28 minutes at maximum.
Yep, that's a good call. And it could easily be like a 22-minute game for him. So I think some of these projections, obviously not based on blowout quite as much. They're just, here's two consistent starters in Markkanen and Bailey that usually play about full. And if they play normal minutes, then they'll probably be in the mid 30s there. And then Nurk, like, yeah, I think he's even more like blowout vulnerable, right? So the thing I would say is too, he just had 5 dimes on 12 potentials in 23 minutes against the Dubs the other night, but then they ended up getting waxed. So yeah, that's the point. I think Ace and Isaiah Collier are the only guys you feel like are a little bit more blowout proof, to your point. So is Collier still at like 8.5 dimes though? 7.5 juiced? Does that feel like too high for you?
I mean, I don't want to keep reiterating myself. I don't feel comfortable
on anybody, even Collier.
Yeah, I think I respect Toronto enough, not that I'm afraid of betting Collier in a blowout situation. I just think if we're leaning into that, I think we're really understating Toronto's defense, even if there is a blowout, if that makes sense.
It does. Yep, I'm with it.
I think 7.5, just to be clear, is a good bet just in general. I don't know that I believe it's a good bet today.
I agree. Yeah, I'm sketched out by a lot of stuff there too. But I think Ace is the most like blowout proof guy. I think 13.5 for even money is good because of what we keep saying. I'll just finish that point from Ace earlier. I think this is the guy I've concluded I would also feel most comfortable betting on if I'm betting points for him. 15 is our projection. He's at 13.5 now, and you've got him looking at like no matter how much they lose by, he's playing high 20s, low 30s. That's the only guy that I'm like, yeah, he'll play that. And I do think Lowry will probably play like low 30s, high 20s, unless of course they lose by like 54, or Will Hardy decides he randomly wants to do something. So we're talking me out of this too now. Let's keep rolling here.
If I had to bet someone, to be clear, it would be Ace points. Another thing I might consider. Oh gosh, he's expensive. Never mind. I was going to say I would even consider if we could get like a 9.5 point line for Collier. I would consider that, but Ace points is definitely the way I'd go.
Yeah, no, we're not going to see that. So now that makes sense. We'll keep it rolling here. So until we get a little bit more Kings Wizards information, we'll keep rolling we got one here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Lakers Knicks. I didn't get anything down in this one. I mean, I only have 2 bets at this point. So did you have any thoughts on this one? I know you were talking about some stuff in the chat earlier.
I mean, I was actually surprised by the spread in this game, just to be transparent.
Yeah,
I'm shocked that this is a -5. I don't know how they're getting to that number, so I'm kind of spooked by it now. But I was looking. Well, first of all, we'll go to the guy, Mr. Consistent. You just have to bet. This is where I'm betting the consistent number at 8.5. This is my Isaiah Collier bet of the day. Like you got to bet 8.5 boards for Mitchell Robinson. I don't care if he doesn't hit it today. It's the right side.
Yeah,
and the reason being is because like. He's cleared this number at an incredibly strong clip, like 70% of the last 20, 60% of the last 30, 57 in the season. Like that is a bet that will print. Like I'm just going to hit it because it's the wrong number, and I don't know why it's not being adjusted. I
got to agree.
The other thing that I was looking at was Kolek PRA. And this is hit or miss because I was shocked to find out this was a 5 spread, but 10.5 PRA feels really low for a guy. For a team that's missing Miles McBride, I think, and no Jordan Clarkson to be found anywhere.
So the only thing I would say about Kolek is I agree that without Miles, like there's probably some minutes for him, but I don't know how many, and I don't. Oh, Clarkson's out too. You said right? So
no, you can't find Clarkson anywhere.
He's just getting. Is he getting minutes at all?
Let's see. Last game he had 7 minutes, 12 minutes, 2 minutes. 22 minutes.
7, 12, 2, 22. Phoenix was missing Brunson. All these games, even without Brunson, he's playing like 18 minutes. And now, like Toronto, they were full except for Miles. So, yeah, Clarkson's pretty much out of the rotation at this point. So now we're looking at the thing about Kolek is he's just so much more correlated to blowouts to me. That would be my only fear. That when you're looking at Kolek,
that's the reason I was there, to be transparent, because I expected this game to get out of hand.
Right. And so the points that we were making earlier is like, you have to, and you know what we were talking about with Swish and Chang is like you have to believe the markets on the sides. You can't just go, well, I'm predicting a blowout. And even though there's people putting millions and millions of dollars combined on a side of this game, I think I know better than that. It just can't get there with it, right? So
100%.
If you're at like 7.5, 8.5, and you're like, this is teetering on the edge of blowout, especially because in the NBA, if you're down 8 or 9 or 10 with 5 minutes left or 4 minutes left, let's say, and you just like get to a point where you don't think you have a chance, or even if you're down a little bit more, then maybe you sit everybody in the blowout happens. But 5 is like, it's too hard to get the game to a point where they're going to give up early, right? With that level of spread. So I hear you on it looking low when you look at recent numbers, but that's why I'm also like plus 30 margin, plus 27 margin, plus 54 margin. That's what they've been winning by in their last 3. And Colex bet 21, 15, 27 minutes usage, and minutes in the 2018 range. I don't think we can bank on that against LA. So I'd be looking elsewhere, but that Mitrov bet is going down for me at this point. I just got that out, and I think I got
circling back to Mitrov. Swish points out something incredibly important that I did not mention. He's running incredibly hot on getting rebounds.
Chances. Yeah,
he's running incredibly hot.
It's a good point. That's why we look at this stuff.
Yeah. That's important to mention. Also, unfortunate news: Sabonis is out. Herder is out. Monk is in.
I hate all of that. Maybe I'll bet a Malik Monk too, because I think we'll look at him. So real quick, just to finish up the point about Mitrov on the model here, what we're talking about when we say Mitrov's been running hot. Our recent rebounds for him are at 8.7 because his rebound chances have not been that high recently, right? So his rebound chances have been at about an average of, say, like 15 or so. And that's, you usually want him to have about 16 if you're expecting him to get 8. And if you expect him to get 9 or 9 boards on 16 rebound chances, that's called running hot. We need him to keep running hot and getting a high percentage of his rebound chances. You don't want to bank on that. That said, I have the winning fallacy for Mitrov, and he is up there with Nick Claxton's assists as a bet that I still am betting with house money because of how often it's worked out this year. So I'll probably bet Mitrov and put out a massive disclaimer that I am bamboozled right now. I'm under the spell of him hitting rebound after rebound after rebound bet for me. So just know that I'm entranced a little bit by Mitrov and his boards. But I'm going to hit this 8.5 and let everybody know in a sec in the VIP. In addition, then do we have something else in this game that we could actually rely upon, perhaps? I know Swish was asking about Ayton, and you're the Ayton whisperer, so please take it away.
What was Swish's question about Ayton?
Just that he was just like 8 and 10.5 points because you're our guy on that.
I mean, it's low. It's a low number. The question is if Cat fouls him and he can get to the free throw line, I like it a lot. It's not a spot where I go for like a double or anything, because I do think he's going to get manhandled at the rim by Cat. But I think 9.5 is a low number for his points.
It is. I just want to put out this stat for you. DeAndre Ayton averages 1.8 free throw attempts on the season, because he doesn't dominate anything. So I'd be careful wanting. I mean, yes, Cat fouling him is always a likely scenario. He just doesn't like drive into guys in a way that would cause Cat to even foul him necessarily.
100%. And also Swish said something really important that I mentioned earlier too, is Lakers guys are really dependent on Reeves. Rui seems very cheap. I didn't say the Rui part, but I think the Austin Reeves effect here is going to be major with these lines. Just don't really know what to expect.
Right. Like we shouldn't bank on as much reliability of what's happened recently because Reeves is back, we're saying. And so that might bring guys down, right? Yeah. And it's just Reeves has been out for how many weeks now? Months now, really. Wow. Like how is that going to affect the rotation? All of those questions. And I'm not trying to like guess what my man's is going to do with that rotation. So no question. I'm with that. Josh Hart revenge game against the Lakers. I don't know if that matters. I don't think he cares anymore at this point in time. Let me make sure I got this Mitrov look for myself.
Let's see if there's anything in the chat. We have some questions about LeBron PRA. There are questions about. This is the opportunity for if y'all want to put anything here. Luka rebounds and assists.
Let's pull up the Lakers projections as a team, and we can see what we're thinking. Because I do not bet on this team. I
do occasionally. Lakers are my favorite team in the NBA. But like I do it sparsely. Like it's got to be
Yeah.
certain spots, and I do not like this spot.
Yeah, for anybody against the Knicks. Okay, I'm with you. So like LeBron, if you're talking about stuff for him, we've got him 31, probably about like 10 and almost 11 RA in that one, and 20 points. 32 for Luka in full minutes. Yeah, nothing's really like standing out to me. You said Rui's pretty low potentially.
He's 8.5. Yeah.
8.5 points.
Yeah. 8.5 Rodwilly available.
Okay.
I think there's some reason to believe Rui might get more run than Austin Reeves, but you're creating that speculation yourself if you're betting it.
So Rui fair minutes without Reeves, not counting these last two where they won by 30 and lost by 30, right? But normal games where it's within 10 points or so, Rui is at about 29, 27, 28, 28 minutes. And all these games right here were without Reeves and pretty much everybody else healthy, right? So now Reeves comes back, and what does that do to Rui minutes? Probably not a positive effect on them, I would imagine. Even if he's playing 20, 25, like where are they coming from? I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. I hate to. I know there's probably a lot of questions about Lakers stuff, but like, yeah, Lakers are not my jam for betting. So let's roll Clippers and Suns. Does that work, or were you trying to take me somewhere else?
No, go ahead. I'll let you lead this one.
What were you gonna say? I'm happy to go.
Oh, no. I haven't looked at this one. So
okay,
go ahead.
Yes, that's a fair point. I don't really love betting on either of these teams. So let me go somewhere that makes more sense to me. I think there's 3 other games. There's got to be something in this Cavs and Blazers game between their Cavs just not having, Hunter's gone, Garland's out, Mobley's out. There's got to be something here, and the only place I could I know the favorites here are Tyson and Merrill from everybody on SwishLand always. I'm wondering, let's pull them up on the model as well. Do you have any thoughts about this one? Because I'm happy to get into whatever with it, but I think this is where we should go next, which is Cleveland and Portland.
Let's see.
Jalen Tyson would be the guy that I still would be like, you know what, 16.5. I think I could still get there with it. Let me see about Sir Jalen. Where are you at, Jay?
Yeah, nothing really stands out to me right away. I don't hate Kling and double at -105.
Kling Kong?
Yeah, or plus 101 at DraftKings.
Let's see, where's Kling Kong at? Is it double? Is that number?
Yeah, plus 101 at DraftKings.
Wow. Wow. Double for Kling Kong. Is Rob Will out? Let me go pull this up.
It's questionable. Is this a back-to-back? It is, isn't it? For the
Portland?
Blazers?
I don't think so.
If it's not, then he's probably in. It is not. Wait, no.
Well, they played 2 nights ago, didn't they?
Played on the 30th. Is there 31 days in January?
31 days has January, correct.
Okay, yeah. Then yes, then Robert's probably in.
Key info. And Rob Will is questionable right now, right? Or is he probable?
I am not seeing a game
double for even money. I mean, Kling Kong in even 22 minutes, we have it a double.
Yeah, I think that's
rest fade. So he is rested. I don't think that's weird to even have the fact that he's played fewer minutes when rested. That seems like it's not like it's obviously accurate. It just seems like it might be based on other factors that aren't there resting him when.
I wonder if it's something that's getting caught in the tag because he plays more minutes on a back-to-back because Robert sits. Does that make sense?
Oh, right. Yeah. That's interesting. So on the other side, he does play more when he's not rested because Rob Will sits. And so, yeah, that makes sense. Then it's kind of like the comparison's sort of skewed by it. It could be it. And Denny's questionable still?
Denny? He is a questionable tag.
Yeah. Maybe Caleb Love would be a go-to at that point. His minutes might rise. Does he have lines up right now? Let's see about Caleb. He does not. Yeah, he's not going to have lines until Denny gets lined. So that adds up.
Swish says he likes Sam a bit. The Hunter move should help a lot, a touch, which makes sense.
Yeah, it should. 12.5 is okay. 12.5, you kind of get to that point though, right, Swish, where it's like, damn, if he hits 4 threes, he gets plus money. 3 threes, you get -160. 12.5 is just, it's a divisible, number by 3. And if he hits 4 threes, he doesn't get us there. That would be mad annoying. He's still taking, he's taking more 2s these days, but still it's like 75% of his shots from 3 or so. And for Sammy Merrill, let me pull up the Cleveland stuff as we move to the other side then. Sammy Merrill, we have I think he's got to get more than 19, right? So what's been we already have Schroeder. Is Schroeder playing? Wow, the model pulls through Schroeder when you change his team, I guess.
That was a Maddie note to Swish earlier today.
Yeah, but is he playing?
No, I don't believe he is. I could be wrong, but I don't believe he is. Well, no, maybe I'm talking about Hunter. One of them is definitely not playing
for sure, but no news on that stuff yet. Anyway, okay, we'll come back to it.
Swish said he would 100% be hunting an 11.5 for minus 140-ish.
Yes, well said. Yep. If you can get 11.5 on Sam Merrill, I completely agree with that. But yeah, that 12.5 number just gets us right over that 4 threes made. That would be mad annoying. I still think like Tyson is a little bit of a fallacy, a winning fallacy for me too, where like I'm just going to play him when I think he's playing, low 30s in the minutes. I'm just going to take him on to get like 20 points essentially when he's the second, third, at most third, but probably second option after Donnie, maybe Jared Allen. So just not everything's so high. So you just have to be like, well, it's Portland. They're thin at the rotation. So they're going to play a lot of minutes against a fast paced team. Not sure I can get there with it. I was thinking about one of the bigs down low between Bryant and Dean Wade. Bryant's been at 25, 16. And then Dean Wade recently just played 20, 18. Yeah. Nothing calling to me.
There's a couple of questions.
Let's do it. Yeah.
There is some questions about Mitchell over on points. I would assume, Mitchell over on points. Don.
Yeah, I don't know with Donnie, man. What happened in these last two games? Took 12 shots against Phoenix. Went 9 for 21 against the Lakers. I mean, they won by 30, but the 6 for 12 against Phoenix, I'm just like, what? Let's look at Donnie for a second. I guess Dylan Brooks ate his lunch. That doesn't happen. Donovan Mitchell's one of those players that's like, I don't really care who's on him. No one's just like, if he's on, he's going to go. What happened? Did you see any of that game?
I haven't been watching Cavs. I'm just speculating here. I wonder if there's an issue with like gelling with their new rotations because they've had so much injuries recently where like the rotations are constantly changing. Yeah. And so I wonder if they're trying to figure out what's the best way to run offensively and defensively. And I wonder if that's affected him like mentally, like yips, right? Like when you can't hit a free throw shot, and the next shot you can't hit because you didn't hit the previous one, right? So I wonder if there's something like that going on.
I think that's been going on for Donovan Mitchell since his career started. But like I have my own opinions about that. Like I love Donovan Mitchell as a person. If I was playing pickup, I'd be like, yeah, I'll run with Donnie. Like I know he's gonna shoot more than I might like him to, but like he'll find me. It'll just be I have to stand there and wait for him to find me. Like that's what it is all the time. I don't really want to like that's him all the time, man. Like there's a reason that certain dudes just gel with everybody, and some dudes are like, if I'm not scoring 35, then I'm not quite as impactful. Like I'm not doing quite as much. And even on the assists, it's like the assists are only coming because he's driving into the lane, jumping 12 feet in the air and then kicking it back out, or he happens to find Jared Allen on the roll, but rarely. So like I just don't like his decision making. I don't think he's like looking for guys consistently. I think he's either looking for guys or he's trying to shoot, and I don't think he's adaptable on the move. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but that's my take on Donnie. And so he's so erratic in what he's gonna do. 12 shots to me is like, I don't care if Dylan Brooks is, you're wearing him like a backpack while you play. He's just fouling you that much. I don't care if he's like holding on to your shorts. You take more than 12 shots if you're Donovan Mitchell and you're playing alongside guys without. Yeah, I'm out. So I'm just out on Donnie. That's my rant. Thank you for giving me that soapbox for a minute.
No, you're good. Another question was about
go ahead.
Okoro. Anything about Okoro?
Iko Okoro was talking to me the other day. Not literally, just like his props were. And he was at like 10.5. Yeah. So we keep having this like 10-point projection for Ike. But this is. Do we know he's not on the Cavs? People were putting Ike Okoro there. I'm not saying you thought that. I'm just saying I forgot that he was on Chicago too. Because
that's on me. That's on me. I was just reading the comments, and that's where my brain went.
In my head, I was like, "Yeah, let's go." He's just on the Cavs. But I have been looking at him recently too, with all these guys missing for Chicago. But now Kobe's back, so I guess I missed my shot. And yeah, he hasn't hit that in a couple games with the 10 that I thought he was going to get. All right, but as far as the actual Cleveland Cavs.
I think Donovan Clean double is probably the best play in this game. Yeah, best value. Wait. Pause. If you're blessed to live in the great state of Florida, there's 11.5 Sam Merrill available on Hard Rock right now.
The Sunshine State, baby. There is.
Yes, there is. Minus 130.
And if you happen to have BetMGM and haven't been banned from them yet because you play all their soft lines, you can play BetMGM too.
But yeah, I don't love anything in this game, to be honest. I'm not gonna bet the Klingon thing myself, but if I had to bet something in this game, that's where I'd go. I am going to be betting the 11.5 since I can get access to it. Do you want to circle back to Washington and Sacramento?
I do. Yeah. Also, this is true. Yes, it's like either half. You know what I'm saying? All that jazz. It's like either the first half or the second half for Donnie. So that's what just annoys me too. Like it's just I just can't expect the same thing the whole time. All right. So you said let's get back to the SAC game for a sec. We're switching it back on you. So if you do have stuff for this game, hit us up with it. But
I'm going to read off the injury report just so we have everything clear because this one's wild. Sacramento, we have Monk in, Keegan out, Sabonis out, Westbrook out. Washington, we have Trey out, Alex out, Vucevic out, Whitmore out, and then obviously Trey Young is out.
Jesus. Oh yeah, Trey Young's could technically play in this game if you want to, but I think he stubbed his toe the other day, so they were like, he can't play.
Yeah. It's like
bad toe stubbing, totally. All right, so we're waiting for if we'll just wait for some of this stuff to update then on the model real quick. As stuff comes in, and we just need like 10 minutes for it to just update and pull through. So we've got. I just want to look at who's even playing. So this Sar's out, and then everybody else that we have here is playing though, right? So you bump up like Bags and all these guys. Yeah, Vucevic out, Trey's out. So, damn, now you could convince me of like anybody at this point.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at PropsMadness. Neek has bumped to 10.5 now, which makes sense to me. Neek has bumped to 10.5 now.
Neek.
Yeah.
He's
up to 10.5 now. I'm probably gonna live bet this guy if I can get a decent number.
Yeah. Dude, Neek is such a sick name. I wonder if his real name is Dominique, but like if they were just like, nah, let's just go straight for Neek, that's tight. 9.5 on Caesars, and then if you're seeing it on Hard Rock at 10.5 or DK, like I know you could play DK as well. 10.5. Yeah, it's gonna go up a bit, but I think Monk is the guy that I was starting to look at. He's in, right? We said so that needs to pull through.
Yeah, Monk is in.
Let me pull up SAC. I know we still need to wait on this stuff to pull through so that everybody's out who's going to be out. But man, we got some minutes coming for. We got Neek high on the minutes right there. Might need to adjust that a little bit. But yeah, so we're going to get Precious. I think Maxime, do we go back to him, Swish? Because I know like what we were talking about last game is that Precious is basically at 24, right? He's 20 to 24 minutes, whether Domas is in or Domas is out. Maxime goes in and plays more of the minutes that Domas gets because he actually plays a bit more like Domas on offense in terms of being able to sort of do things facing the basket as well as back to the basket. And Precious is not quite the same guy unless he's spotting up. So yeah, and Precious is in no way the future of this team. Like Maxime could potentially be at big. I think Maxime goes up, right? What did he do last game? Let's pull him up.
He's at 8.5 boards right now on Hard Rock and Prize Picks. So I assume he's going to come out around 8.5 or 9.5.
I don't know why I just don't like his rebounds ever, but his recent rebounds are 11.9 based on his rebound chances. And that's really just these last two games. But yeah, I mean, 36 in this last one without Domantas, and that's kind of the key. So, and they were getting blown out too, and he's the benefit of that. I don't think that's going to be quite the case today, but he should still out-minute Precious in this game, and that makes sense to me. So trying to see real quick. Swish, if you don't mind, let me know when the stuff comes through. And then our boy likes Maxime and or Cardwell. We're not gonna get Cardwell lines, are we? We never get Cardwell
lines. Wait a dang second. Wait. Pause. Prize Picks is putting up lines, so maybe.
Okay.
Maybe there's a chance.
Okay, Prize Picks is a carnival book, but we'll take it if we get it. I have such bad limits on Prize Picks now.
If for whatever reason you can get a Cardwell rebound prop, it's worth looking into.
Yeah, let's see. Let's pull up Dylan Cardwell, not called. 6.7 on the recent rebounds with like all these rebound chances. I mean, dude, 28 minutes to 14, 22, 27. But we're talking about look at these boards in 25 minutes, 21 minutes. I mean, dang. Can we get him? Yeah. Can we just get some lines for Dylan Cardwell, please?
I'm begging. Update should be good now.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sir Swish, a lot. Man, I can't wait till like next week or whenever it is that we're just even able to pull up what we recently have on the updates on this thing. Very excited. All right, this is gonna pull up. I might need to reload my page. Yeah, let me refire real quick. Sack. Nope, that's not Sack. There's Sack. Yeah, my computer. I might even need to like exit out of that. I'll come right back to it. Maxime is going up though, right? 9.5, 10.5 now. Came down everywhere except for there. And yeah, this stuff needs to pull through for us. So it's gonna come back. This closed against the Celtics at 7.5 for him without Domas. Oh, right. We're playing the Wizards. This is a little bit of a okay. So if this is the guy in, then like what's a double right now?
What are you looking for Sacramento? I have it up right now.
For what now?
What are you looking for Sacramento? I have it up right now.
Oh, I'm looking at Maxime.
26 minutes, 10 points, just under around 9.5 boards and 1 assist.
Okay. Max.
But Sabonis hasn't been kicked out yet, so the 26 minutes is probably closer to like 28, maybe 29.
Yep. When all his lines came down, though, then like it stops pulling through as much information. So we need those to come back up too to help with the projection anyway. But it'll be like 10 minutes probably from whenever Swish was mentioning it. But I do think you can already just look at this and go like, well, if Domas was 36 and he was 26, guess who's probably 36 now, right? Like he was last game. So now you can definitely sort of just have at it with Maxime. Yeah. He's another guy that really gets benefit on the back-to-back. Go ahead.
I think Maxime is a great bet. I already hit 8.5 boards.
Hard rock.
Listen, they will tax you once other lines are out.
No, that's
don't get it twisted.
What the hell? No. You'd think they'd be a state with better state taxes, but I guess everyone wants to live there.
Sure. On DraftKings, you can get Keyshawn George at 11.5 RA. I think at 100 plus 108. I think that's a really good look. Without Sabonis.
Real quick. Keyshawn RA without Sabonis to rebound against. Yeah. What's Bags' boards at now? 7.5. What should his minutes be at?
That's an incredible question.
Yeah. I try to only ask the hard hitting ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bags. Oh yeah, because we got to get Sar out of there too. So once we get Sar there, we'll have a better understanding. Man, so Bags, like, let's try to filter his minutes right quick. Let's do let's be conservative though and not just be like 38 minutes. 24 to 28 for a second. I mean, even once you just get rid of those boo-boo games. Let's see. Let's also just do without Sar and maybe without Voos, but at least Sar. Yeah, so without Sar, 33, 32, 26, 26, 29, 31. I mean, I actually do think it's pretty reasonable to go 26 to like 24 to 30 minutes, and 24 might be too low. You don't think he got less than 26 when he was playing without Sar. So, I mean, you get this he's at 15 and 10 essentially, and that double does 2-1 for Bags now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Wizards. We just have to go. This is the only center. Oh, he's on the Wizards. God damn it. He was on the Kings, man. So like, give me a little bit of a break here. Damn it. I was like, shoot, wait, he plays them. He plays the Wizards. And now it's like, no, I got to do that with Maxime probably. So we'll do that with Maxime, whether it's double or the boards or 12 and 10 or whatever.
Honestly,
20 points is nice. Yeah, go ahead.
If this becomes widely available, 21.5 PR for Bags is a very good number.
Yeah. Yeah, 21.5 PR. The boards are 7.5. That's what's talking to me as much as anything.
Yeah.
And then the points, I mean, for him, I don't love 13.5 almost ever. I know he's at 15. Just don't think he's a guy that's like, you trust him unless he's getting to the free throw line. Kings, do they foul a lot?
No cap. I would bet the 10.5 RA line if you can get it.
For Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about that in the chat.
Yeah, that was the last comment.
Yep, we got a hit for that from Matt. I'm not like at this point for me for Keyshawn. I'm like 9.5, or I need like a really good like fast paced matchup against Portland like the other day or whatever. This is still a good opportunity for him. I would just rather be like a pace game for Keyshawn rather than a game where it's a bad other one. So let's see. All right. Yeah. Exactly. Like I think with Maxime we can do the thing, Swish, where we're just like, reset your brain. Don't worry about the number as much unless it's just like, this is 4 points or 4 rebounds too high. You're like, well, I don't really care. It's Washington. Can you put a price on playing Washington? No, you cannot. Let's see. All right, cool. I'll just make sure I wasn't missing anything from anybody. So I think bags on the double-double is still a play because I like the board so much. If I'm going to play his points, I think I'm just going to go double-double, and then I would play the 7.5 by itself. If you can finally get it wide. It's not wide right now. Marvin Bagley. Rams. I just have my guy on standby here as soon as my books actually start throwing things up. Or we're going to have to go with the Bovada $500 bets at a time out here. And then take it out $12 at a time. Classic Bovada. All right. Right now I'm looking at bags. I'm looking at Maxime, and we're waiting on Cardwell lines. That's what we're talking about in this game right here. I've already got Zach LaVine. I said I would take him up to 19.5, and I still just think 19.5 is the right number for him, but it is Washington. If you feel good enough about the matchup, you could take that. I know that the model liked our boy Malik. Oh, he's already on it as well. But he was at like 14.5 earlier. So that's why I liked him so much. I mean, his fair is probably about like 13, 14 without these guys. I think he's a touch high. So we can probably roll to a game that we haven't talked about here to make sure we get every game in for a minute. Anything that I should stop on this game for though? Okay, good.
What's up?
Nothing I should stop on this one for necessarily.
I don't think so. I think we covered almost every avenue we can go with that one. Cool. Do you want to go Spurs, Magic, or OKC Nuggets?
Yep, let's go. Let's go OKC Nuggets. Yeah, so we can talk about the Western Conference finals that's coming. Quick reminder: if you guys want to jump in to get the SwishLand projections here, you can get a free month if you do sign up for any of the sportsbook here, and then just hit us up and let us know that you signed up. They're all in the description of the video. There's Novig, Kalshi, all the rest of them. If you sign up and use code LYB, you can go ahead and get your first month free. Just let us know that you did that. Email us support@landyourbets.com. That's how you get a hold of us. Just let us know I signed up for Novig or whatever, MGM, Kalshi, whatever you don't have a book account with. If you sign up for one using that code and just hit us up and let us know, we'll go ahead and get you a free month up on the site to start and get all the projections up here. And there's about to be some updates. I keep hinting at it, but we're under the hood, man. We're working behind the scenes, and like Maddie's attested to a couple of times, I think this could be really, really helpful.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, please.
The other day when we were live, you mentioned that like it's going to immediately show you where the edges are in a way that you can just see it immediately when you go to let's say in this case Maxime's like profile. And I thought that was being hyperbolic, to be honest with you. I can confidently say that is not being hyperbolic. Yeah. It's 100% true.
Yeah. And what Matt's talking about is that like basically the way that we do stuff when we keep talking about stuff with you guys on the show is like, hey, let's go to usage trends. Let's see his recent minutes and how that sort of impacts what we think about this game. Let's see what his fair market overall is. Let's now take into consideration who's playing with him, who he's playing against, and that type of stuff. And then we come to our own numbers here as we originate what we think the projection should be based on all those factors. These graphs that we're about to have on the new edition of the model up here is going to just point you right to that and go, ooh, this guy is inefficiently priced. He should be 2 points higher, 1.5 points higher because XYZ reason, right? And it's going to just point you to why that number is what it is as far as our projection goes. So you're not going to see anything like that where people are like, here's our projection. Here's a lot of the reasons for what goes into that projection, right? It's just going to be, here's a chart, look at it, good luck, Godspeed. And we're trying to give you a bit more than that. So let's get to that Nuggets game. I got Denver pulled up here. So we've got Jokic at 20 minutes. Let's just start with this. How many minutes does Nikola Jokic play? Is he ready to come back and play full? He's been back for one game, right? So what do you have any thoughts there? And Swish, if you're in the chat, which I know you are, if you have any thoughts on Nikola and how that'll impact this game, would love to read those too.
I mean, he played 25 minutes against the Clippers, which the Clippers have been like getting like quietly defensively better consistently over like the last 20 games or so. And so like they're pretty in comparison, like it's weird to compare the Clippers to OKC just because of what we think of the Clippers currently, but they're I wouldn't say they're as physical per se, but they're certainly as defensively physical as OKC, what you would picture OKC to be. And so if he's playing 25 minutes in his first game back, I got to imagine it's going to be a floor of 28 versus OKC because this game matters so much, I would think.
You would think. Yeah, what's because the standings are pretty legit now. They're not just getting waxed, blown away. They're 5 games back of their division opponent. Like, I would say having home court advantage against OKC is a big freaking deal. It sucks playing in Oklahoma, but it actually sucks playing more in Denver, and that's their advantage. So I would imagine that they do want to win this game. So I don't know if I'm going to just go ahead and say if he's either at 25 minutes for Nikola here. The 20 is a little bit low, but we don't have anything to go on other than this one game he's played recently. So if you bump this to 25, I think that's a fair floor. I also think it's fair to say it's not going to get above 30. Yeah. So there's not going to be much data of Jokic 25 to 30 minutes. That's not going to help us much, right? If we even try to filter to look at games where he's played that many minutes, it's more just about the points per minute, et cetera. But like, I don't think he's going to have like 25 to 30 minutes very often. And even in those games, like it's blowouts, right? That's the only reason he's playing this amount of minutes. So those numbers are going to be wonky because he either did really well and they blew the other team out, or he did really shitty and they got blown out. That's really what it comes down to.
Something I did in this game, which I think is kind of sneaky. Again, if just be careful doing this type of thing. Go to Valanciunas for me. Go to first quarter rebounds.
He's at half a Hard Rock. You know you're playing that.
No. Here's the thing. You know what I got it at? It's not plus 170. I got this. I'm sorry. I thought this would be widely available. I got it at plus 310.
What are you doing, Hard Rock? They're testing you. They're banning you for that. 5 minutes a quarter, basically. And like, let's do with Jokic though. Like there's just a whole bunch of games where he didn't play in the first quarter. He just didn't play. But if you think Jokic is not playing full like he didn't last game, then yeah, he plays the first 7 minutes of the quarter, and then our boy comes in and gets 6 or 3 boards the first quarter here. I love that if you can get it for him at Hard Rock. That makes total sense.
That's on me. I thought it was would have been more available.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that would be sick if it was. But either way, let's ask about the Thunder then, because we know a bit more. We can try to come back to Denver if anybody has thoughts on it, but I think this is a bit more reliable in terms of minutes and projections for the Thunder side. So what should that look like? Did you have any thoughts on that, knowing that Caruso is out, J-Dub is out, and who's the last guy I'm forgetting? Let me pull them up. Roster here, OKC.
What?
They are missing J-Dub, Caruso, AJ Mitchell. That's the other one that matters.
Yeah.
So all 3 of those guys out, and they've all been out for like the last 3 games, right? If we click on these guys on the dashboard too, you can see it makes sense who's getting the minutes and the production increase when we're playing without Jalen Williams here. You got Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Lugentz, and Kason, Ihart. But I think mostly we pay attention to Isaiah Joe and Wiggins, right? Both of them get a bunch of a boost. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. So we've got Wiggs. Has he been starting? Let me pull this squad up real quick. Pull OKC up. Last game against the T-Wolves was. So it seems like this will probably be the starting lineup unless they start Ihart this game. I'm not sure if they're bringing him off the bench yet.
Yeah, Shea, Lou, Aaron, Chet, Ihart is what.
Reeves is still questionable. I forgot that he wasn't actually in yet. Remind me, I think we might want to talk about Bub for a second. I keep forgetting to talk about Bub. All right, but let's just one. So this is the starting lineup. I think this is fair to guess. It's either Jay Will or Ihart starting, and yeah, you can make the argument that Hartenstein's gonna be back at full. I'm also just curious about what's going on here. Anything worth talking about here? Oh, Bobby. Yeah, I'm glad. Look at that. I'm glad I stayed away from those Kuzma assists. That was a trap. And then on the other side is Jaylen Brown. Oh, Anthony Simons. Come on, ESPN. All right. Anyway, the projections for OKC. So now we're talking about Wiggins at 13.5. His number's 11.5, isn't it?
Yes. I will say Swish just literally mentioned that Wiggins probably high on minutes for projection, okay. But yes.
Because the starter,
but yeah.
Because he's a starter. Yeah. I don't know how to like gauge the matchup at all. And the 7.5 points feels like a lot with Jokic. I'd be really willing to hit the Denver side of things on that at 7.5 in Denver. Or no, this is OKC. That's right. All right, good. We're going to get an update here as this loads for a sec anyway on the team projections for.
Are you asking if it's in Denver or OKC?
It's OKC, right?
No, it's in Denver.
Oh, it is?
If I'm reading this correctly, yeah.
You probably are. I'm not.
Yeah, I believe it's in Denver.
Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, in Denver, 7.5. That's right. Yeah, that definitely seems like a lot. Okay, versus Oklahoma City. This was just not saying at yet. All right, so right. No, I want to look at OKC again, but was I coming here for something specific?
I wish I could read your brain. Tim Hardaway might be an interesting look for threes, just for catch and shoot purposes.
Yeah, corner looks, stuff like that. I could see that. What's his minutes been at? Let's pull up THJ for a second. What did he last game he played like 20, I think. He played 25 against LA in the 13-point win. 22% usage is not bad. He had 22 on just 9 shots. So yeah, he went kind of crazy. Recent points have been high. Fair market's 10, but there's guys missing. So maybe you comfortably get him to like 12. I think he's at like 12 or 13, right? On the projections.
Yeah, 12.5.
Yeah, you'd have to really be banking on like catch and shoot guy against this squad, right? And hope that
I would just take the threes if I took anything.
Is it 1.5?
No, it's 2.5. But I think that he will probably have the looks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much for Denver in terms of like use case with like this guy in and all these guys out, and like Jokic is back, but now all these other dudes are out. So it's a little bit tough to just like find the right context for this game. I think you got to just try to go by the numbers. But again, Denver's so impacted by what Jokic is doing in this game. I feel like I'm probably staying away from this one in the end. And nothing really speaks to me as something that I feel comfortable betting on either of these squads.
If I had to bet two things, I like Wiggins points and I like Hardaway threes.
Yeah, Wiggins at 11.5 is probably fair. I think that's a good call too. And then I just feel like there has to be something else because Denver's not that good of a defense anyway, and they're missing Brown and Aaron Gordon in this game. So there's got to be stuff available for other guys.
That's the big thing too. The reason I like Hardaway is the Aaron Gordon piece, because like that was kind of his role outside of like slashing to the glass, was sitting in the corner waiting for a three. And I think Tim's going to have a night tonight.
Yeah, he got really good at that for sure.
There was a question about, do you have any thoughts on Peyton Watson assists over 2.5?
Yeah, I love that bet the other day, but that's without Jokic, right? Yeah. And most of that was based on the fact that without Jokic, we also didn't have Aaron Gordon. We also didn't have Christian Brown. Now you put Jokic in, it's like, I'd almost rather have Brown and Gordon back than just Jokic in terms of and wanting to take overs on Peyton Watson. Now it's kind of like, I don't know, if Peyton Watson could shoot like Aaron Gordon learned how to shoot, then he would be the Aaron Gordon, but he can't shoot. And they need that person to keep the spacing when they're not cutting back door, right? So if there's no threat that Peyton Watson can shoot, I don't know, you still stay off him. It's a tough matchup. It's not like I'm really in a rush to bet against OKC in general for overs. So that's a bit of what's like keeping me away from too much stuff.
My boy Neek is starting.
Is he?
Yeah, it just came across.
What's that number at?
That's a good question. But he is starting with let's see here. Clifford, Levine, DeRozan, Achua, and then Renaud.
Oh, Renaud and Renaud and him are starting together and Precious. Trey's interessant. For all my French speakers out there, double. Still 2-1. It's just not widely freaking available, man. Jesus Christ. Not all of us live in Florida, bro. Help us out here.
Neek is now available at 9.5 points on FanDuel. And 10.5 on DraftKings. I'm gonna go ahead and hit 9.5 points though.
Okay, I see you. 9.5 points, no boards.
I mean, I don't hate the boards at all. That's actually probably a good thought. I'm not seeing boards on Hard Rock, unfortunately, but I do like the points.
Let's get him some minutes here and say he's going to play 26 to even 32, because apparently the coaching staff does not care for Malik Monk. Yeah, it's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be great. It's just gonna be I would prefer the Neek stuff in a blowout, I guess, just to finish my thoughts on it. But I love that you don't get deterred from the bets you want to hit, even when I look at it and don't like it, because it's good that we have different viewpoints for a good reason, which is that it.
Oh no, there's reason to believe what you're saying. I think it's affected by Westbrook, Sabonis, and others not being there.
Yeah, totally fair, completely fair.
And then Swish is saying max money lines are starting to pop up. 12.5, 8.5, ouch. It's still doable. The double price looks very good.
Damn. If the double price is still really good, and I like the boards a lot against Washington. Yeah, I'll wait for that stuff to come up more widely available before we get too much more into it. The only game we haven't touched, I'm gonna run through the comments, but did you have anything in San Antonio and
let's see here.
Wait, hold on, I want to look at Mike's. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was about to bring that up to you.
Oh, cool. A good bet during last year's 7-game playoff series, Chet under assist. That's right. Why did we love that so much? That was well, you know what, Mike? That was J-Dub impact too, though, wasn't it? Like, wouldn't we be a bit scared that to go under? Great memory, Mike. Mushroom Mike, the memory. Where are we at with Chet? Chet dimes. Yeah, I think, Mike, the only thing that like worries me is, so we even got under 2. So like I hit under 2.5 for like terrible odds, and then we would take under 1.5 even for like decent odds. But that was also, there was some matchup stuff in there. I'd have to remember what the cap was on that, but it was like J-Dub being out is definitely not something that makes me comfortable now with the Chet stuff. So I see you on that. Like I love the memory on that, Mike, but I just can't get there with it. So Joe Mazzulla is a psychopath, man. He goes to war every day. Like in his head, he's at war. So I don't know what to tell you about Crazy Joe, man. Did you see the drills they ran in practice the other day? They called it War Zone. They called it War Zone. It was 1-on-1 for like 10 minutes, 1-on-1 full court for like 10 minutes. And they were playing war zone sounds of like bombs dropping and machine guns just firing off. And it was just chaos for Joe in the gym because he's a freaking psychopath. It sounded hella fun, honestly. I would love it, but it sounded insane.
Yeah, I hate betting games with Orlando in them. I just never know where to go, especially when there's not like a defined like primary ball handler who also shoots.
Right.
I don't know that I want to pay 17.5 points for Steven Castle. And I think that's probably where you would go in this game.
Right.
I don't want to bet rebounds with Victor at 10.5 versus Orlando.
Right. The boards, we actually, and he's not questionable too, right? We actually liked the boards for Victor on the projections a bit, but I think the matchup is not helping it, in 10.5 there for a reason. But I think, so Victor's questionable and so's Castle now. Those are like in the last like few hours, weren't they? I know Victor was a little earlier today, but these games are starting in 15 minutes. And I lost my Domas bet. That hurts so bad. And I didn't get anything else in on those early games officially because I didn't get it.
What's Anthony Black's threes?
All right. I got to get a couple bets in real quick. I'm realizing I don't even think it's worth it. So I think we're going to roll. I think the things I'm looking at getting down right now, I'm going to double check Nurk again. I'm going to double check. What time is the Kings game? That's 3 also, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that game right now too. We can stay on for a sec, but I'm gonna start getting to that stuff.
Yeah. So earlier, someone was asking, what are the best bets today? I think the best bet today is probably Maxime, which we discussed this ad nauseum. But like, if you can get his 8.5 boards, if that is still available, that is a big hit for me. I think you can play that to 10. I think you can even play that up to 11 if you really wanted all it. But 8.5 is an absolute steal.
I agree.
I'm going through these games, so just bear with me. I really like Sandro over 10.5 points. I looked into this and looked into this. I think he's too cheap not to play. I also like Io. I played that myself over 16.5, which you can still get on FanDuel, so that's a W.
Yep.
And I think that's the plays I like the most today.
Yep, I'm with it. All right, let's roll. So we're not making people just sit here and watch me type things. Sure. I'm gonna get this stuff in the VIP. Shout out, Matt. I much appreciated always for live producing the show. Don't forget, we've got the free projections for all this stuff here up on the site, the SwishLand model with all the projections you need, plus the matchup data, plus some stuff that we're gonna have coming out. I'm gonna have some tutorials coming out too, as we've got some updates to the to the dashboard that Swish has been working balls to the wall on. So they're going to look really sick. Really excited to be able to show you how we're going to just point you to the right bets using the dashboard here. And then also just last reminder for those who didn't see earlier, if you do want to get your first month free and check it out for a little bit longer than that free week trial, so you have some more access to it, use code LYB when you sign up for Novig. Kalshi is also available. Any of the sportsbooks that you see linked in the description of the video, if you sign up using code LYB, just let us know that you did that. We'll get you your first month free up on the site so you can check out the projections. Just email support@landyourbets.com. That's where we'll go ahead and let us know, hey, I signed up for Novig or MGM or FanDuel or whatever. Use code LYB. We'd love to check out everything up on the site for the first month free. So that's landyourbets.com and the SwishLand dashboard, which we'll have coming your way whenever you get up there. So appreciate everybody. Best of luck here on this big slate. Till I see you next. Happy betting.